dear students, welcome back to my video. Today I am going to discuss the topic quadrilaterals and its classification. If you find this video useful, please like, share and comment, and also subscribe my channel. Okay dear students, first we can define what quadrilateral is. We can define quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides. That is the definition of quadrilateral is a quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides. Then you may wonder what is polygon. We can define polygon also. It is a closed figure drawn in a plane using straight line segment which meets only at their end point. That is, we can say polygon is a closed figure. We can say polygon is a closed figure drawn in a plane using straight line segment which meets only at their end point. That is, we can say this is a polygon. This is also a polygon. But circle is not a polygon because it is not a straight line segment. There are many special type of quadrilateral. One type is parallelogram. That is, parallelogram is a quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. We can say it is a quadrilateral in which both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Therefore, parallelogram has 4 sides because it is a quadrilateral. Then, in that 4 sides, opposite sides are parallel. We can look example. Here we can say these 2 sides are in parallel and these 2 sides are in parallel. Also here, these 2 opposite sides are in parallel. These 2 opposite sides are in parallel. This is a parallelogram. Next, a parallelogram has following property. There are 4 properties for parallelogram. First, opposite angles are congruent. Opposite sides are congruent. Adjacent angles are supplementary. The diagonal bisect each other. The opposite angles are congruent means the opposite angles have same measure. The angles are equal. Similarly, opposite side also has same measurement, it is equal. Adjacent side angles are supplementary means the adjacent angle has sum of 180 degree. Adjacent angle means the angle near. These are adjacent angles. This sum is 180 degree. Opposite angles are congruent means these 2 angles are congruent. Opposite sides are congruent means these 2 sides are congruent. Then diagonal bisect each other means the diagonal intersect at a point and it divide diagonal into 2 equal parts. That is, diagonal bisect each other. First we can look rectangle. Rectangle is a parallelogram with 4 right angles. So we can say all rectangles are also parallelogram and quadrilateral. That is, rectangle is a parallelogram with 4 right angles. So all rectangles are also parallelogram and quadrilateral. Similarly, not all quadrilateral and parallelogram are rectangle. It is easy that we can say all rectangles are parallelogram and quadrilateral, but all quadrilateral and parallelogram are not rectangles. Next we can discuss properties of rectangle. The Rectangle has all the properties of parallelogram that we have discussed previous. That is, we have discussed four properties for parallelogram, that opposite angles are congruent, opposite sides are congruent, adjacent angles are supplementary, and diagonal bisect each other. Then rectangle are also one additional property, that diagonals are congruent. Diagonal are congruent. So total there are 5 properties for rectangle, 4 from the property of parallelogram and 1 is diagonal are congruent. These are the rectangle. Here 4 sides are 4 angles are 90 degree. Opposite sides are congruent and parallel. Diagonal bisect each other. Also diagonals are congruent, that is diagonals are equal. Next we can discuss rhombus. Rhombus is also a parallelogram with 4 congruent sides, that is 4 sides are equal. We can write these 4 sides are equal. Say one example, if it is 3 centimeter, this also 3, this is also 3, this is also 3. Similarly, if this is of 5 centimeter, this is also 5 centimeter, this is also 5, this is also 5. So we can say rhombus is a parallelogram with 4 congruent sides. This is the definition of rhombus, parallelogram with 4 congruent sides. The plural of rhombus is rhombi. Next we can look properties of rhombus. Rhombus also has all properties of parallelogram plus one more property, that diagonal intersect at right angle. That is, rhombus also has 5 property, 4 property from the properties of parallelogram that we have discussed before. That is, opposite angles are congruent, opposite sides are congruent, adjacent angles are supplementary, diagonal bisect each other, plus one more property, diagonal intersect at right angle. If diagonals intersect, the angle is 90 degree. We can check one rhombus. Then its diagonal intersect at 90 degree. A square. A square has 4 sides are equal. Therefore, we can say a parallelogram with 4 sides are congruent and also 4 angles are also congruent. That is parallelogram with 4 congruent sides and angles. Also angle is right angle, that is of 90 degree. All the angles are right angles, that is all angles are 90 degree. Therefore we can say a square can be a rhombus. We can say a square can be rhombus, or which is also a rectangle. That is, we can say a square can be a rhombus or rectangle with all sides are congruent and all angles are 90 degree. So, square has same property of parallelogram. So, we can say a square has 4 properties of parallelogram and other 2 properties of rectangle and rhombus. That is, we have one property in rectangle, that diagonal intersect at right angle. Also for rectangle, diagonals are congruent, and for rhombus, diagonal intersect at right angle. These are the properties of square. Therefore, there are 6 properties for square. Next we can look what trapezoid is. A trapezoid is a quadrilateral with exactly one pair of parallel sides. That is, we can look here. It is a trapezoid with one pair of parallel sides. These two are parallel, others are not parallel. Usually we call trapezoid as trapezium. We are a little bit confused in this name. That is, in India and Britain we say trapezium. Okay. Here look, in this trapezoid or trapezium, these two sides are parallel. Okay. Then this is a special type of trapezoid where non-parallel sides are congruent. That is, these two sides are of equal length. This is called isosceles trapezoid. Isosceles trapezoid. That is, non-parallel sides are congruent. That is called isosceles trapezoid. Next is scalene quadrilateral. Scalene quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon that has no congruent side. That is, all sides are of different. For example, it is a quadrilateral or polygon which has four sides but all sides are of different. These are all examples for scalene quadrilateral. So I think we have discussed the type of quadrilateral or classification of quadrilateral, parallelogram, etc. I hope you understand the video. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel. We can discuss area of quadrilateral in next video. Thank you.